What's up, guys? Stefan here at Sovereign Crypto with your market update. So, start here at Coin 360. Bitcoin made a move. Lots of things in the green. One thing to notice, Bitcoin much greener than everything else, right? So Bitcoin made this move, and most all of the alts lost BTC value. They did gain in USD value some, but most all of them lost in BTC value. We'll look at charts in just a second. As we can see, Bitcoin moved 5%, Ethereum only 2%, XRP only 1%, etc. Binance Coin, 2.48%. So, Bitcoin really is making the move. Bitcoin's where it's at right now. So looking at coin market cap, we have the dominance continuing to creep up, 68.9%. So it's almost it's 69%, almost up at that 70%. Just actually saw someone's report thinking might even get up to like upper 80s or 90%. What do you guys think? Think Bitcoin dominance is going to get up to 90%? I'd love to hear what you guys think. Coin market cap, almost 200 billion. Yeah, green across the board. Pretty exciting. So let's look at some charts here. So Bitcoin had that move. Let's zoom in here a little bit, show you guys what I was looking at, the trade that I took that I am still in. So I was looking for this consolidation pattern to break. We had a little bit of an ascending triangle after this move down. We were hovering below that 100-day moving average on the 4-hour. And what I was looking for was a clean break, not only of this ascending triangle, but of that EMA with volume. And so once we started to take off, I was zoomed into even higher time frames, that 15-minute or so. And we saw the rejection. I saw this wick. I did not enter on this wick, even though did see quite a bit of volume. This is on Bitfinex. Volume's a little bit wonky on Bitfinex a little bit. But once we started to see that next push up, I began buying. I began scaling in. I think I got most of my orders filled around 7,240 on Bitfinex. And then now I'm holding. My first target is going to be around that $7,300 mark. Let's look here. Got it marked. I'm just going to use the moving averages here on this, the 50 and the 100-day moving average. First take profit is 7,800, and then I'm going to close my trade around 8,200. We are in a small uptrend. I am still bearish midterm though. We're still in this downtrend, and until we break this descending wedge, I'm still going to be bearish. I don't think we've seen the bottom quite yet. Have we capitulated for this downtrend? Do you guys think we've capitulated? Yes. Yeah, we did capitulate back there, back in during this drop, back at the end of 2018, after that was the capitulation of that big move to 20,000. But we saw another bull run here. Bull run within a bull run, another bull run. And I don't believe we've had our capitulation yet from this. We are seeing an increase of volume, but I don't think we've seen it yet. Looking for one more push down. I don't know how far, if we'll get down to the 5,000 mark. I'm looking at least, if we could break that 6,000 mark, maybe get down to 5,800, maybe lower, maybe 5,200. Really whatever's going to cause that max pain in the market. And it does line up with another touch on this trend line. But yeah, doesn't mean I'm not going to trade inside this channel. We still have some big 15% moves here. I'm holding. If we get a break above this trend line and break out of the descending wedge, I'll be bullish. I'll definitely enter a large position there. So I think we'll be moving into all-time highs after that. One thing we do have to remember is we have another CME futures gap. What do we know about the CME futures gap is they always close. Always. Ever since it started, every gap has always closed. So we're seeing a move up. And if that stays true, if we're going to close the gap, we're going to have to see a pullback at some point to at least $7,200. So something to keep an eye on. So XRP, a lot of people have been talking about XRP. Looks like it might be forming a little bit of a reversal pattern. We see an ascending triangle. Got a little bit better here on the 4-hour. You know, we broke that 20-cent resistance, broke into some, you know, really midterm, not all-time lows, but really some lows we haven't seen since before that bull run in 2017. Definitely forming a reversal pattern. I have to see if we break above. I'm looking for a clean break above that 55-day EMA. I use the 55-day EMA. That's the yellow line. If we get a clean break with volume, then it'll signal to me that we have more of a reversal pattern beginning. We are seeing some declining volume, something to watch for. It'd be better to see increasing volume on this move, not declining volume. Definitely not going to take a trade anytime soon on XRP. On the BTC chart, we broke to a new lower low. So, you know, XRP continuing to feel the pain. We'll have to watch and see how that happens, how that works over the next little bit. But we did break to new all-time, or excuse me, to new lows on the BTC chart here. So we'll have to see. It is acting as support right now. See how the rest of that goes. So Ethereum similar to Ripple, looks like it's forming an ascending triangle here. See it a little bit on the daily, hovering around that 132 mark. Let's zoom in. So here we have broken above that 55-day moving average. Shows a little more bullishness to me. So, you know, if I was going to play something between XRP and Ethereum, I'd be playing Ethereum. Although we did have just recently in the news, we had Ethereum, 2,000 of that Ethereum from the Upbit hack just moved. Now 2,000 Ethereum is really pocket change compared to how much the hack was. But it does show that they're starting to move. And it also was showing that whoever's moving the Ethereum is trying to obfuscate the whereabouts, which means they're trying to hide the movements of the Ethereum and where it's moving from. So the total taken was, you know, around 350,000. Now they're moving 2,000, which is, you know, less than 1% of all the funds, but it looks like they're trying to find a good way to move it. Definitely keep an eye on it. If a large amount moves, you know, if 100,000 ETH moves, you know, that could affect the price one way or another. BTC chart, been throttled here. You know, RSI is down to some new lows. We haven't seen these lows since, you know, back in August on the BTC chart. We'll have to watch. You know, might be forming a midterm reversal, but right now I'm the only coin I'm interested in playing is Bitcoin at this point right now. I have long-term holdings. I'm not in any other trades though. I will be looking to get into another trade of XTZ. I hold XTZ, Tezos, on my long-term positions, but I closed my trade out. I entered my trade on the break of the $1.40 mark. And I closed it around $1.75 as we moved up into this resistance here. You know, moved right up into resistance. Like to see a pullback, a little bit of daily consolidation. We are still in a daily uptrend. On the weekly, I just want to show this. We are in this large ascending triangle on the weekly. Now I'd like to see a pullback. If we can get a pullback down to $1, that's great. I'm gonna load the boat at $1. Long-term holdings and for a trade, might enter into some trades if we get down a little bit lower around that $1.20 mark, $1.25 mark, with some stop losses. You know, one thing I really like about XTZ is it has not had a market cycle yet, meaning it wasn't really around or really wasn't traded during that last cycle of 2017, the last alt season, which shows that there's not a lot of bag holders. You know, like Ripple, Ethereum, there's a lot of people that bought at the highs that are holding on and waiting for the price to get close to their buy-in value, and they're going to sell again. There's a lot of people that are holding bags of those, of a lot of the altcoins. We're not finding that with XTZ. It just hasn't. So if it breaks into all-time high in the price discovery mode, there's not going to be a lot of selling pressure. And I believe that we're going to move up quickly. For my long-term holdings, my initial take profit target is $5. Be a little bit below $5. And then I'm just going to hold. I'll only take probably about 15% off the table at that price, and then hold. If we like shoot up to $10 super quick, might take a little more profit. But you know, with the staking rewards and those types of things, I'm not in a hurry to sell. I will hold and see how it plays out as we move into the Bitcoin halving, as we move into Ethereum going to proof of stake. If there's like problems, which I wouldn't be surprised at all to see if there's problems with the Ethereum move to staking. You know, see how XTZ moves with all of that. One other piece of news I wanted to add is Cryptocurrency Act of 2020. The lawmakers introduced a bill bringing regulatory clarity. So a lawmaker introduced a bill wanting to bring a little more clarity around who is in charge of regulating crypto, and also wanting to define some crypto. So definitely going to be watching this over the next, the bill wanted to define and define what these different things mean: crypto commodities, cryptocurrencies, and crypto securities. I'm not a big fan of over-regulation from the government, especially the U.S. government, and I think we need to have more relaxed regulations on cryptocurrencies. It's such a brand new space, and so much innovation is happening so quickly that with a lot of regulation, I believe it'll stymie the effect, and a lot of people will move to more attractive jurisdictions. So, but it does bring legitimacy to the space. You know, the U.S. is talking about cryptocurrency. It's going before the House. It's going before the Senate. Donald Trump's tweeting about it. You know, like Gandhi said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you. I think we're at that stage, fighting you with this regulatory stuff, and then you win. So we're getting there, you guys. We're not mainstream adoption yet. We're still early adopters here, but we're making moves. We're getting there. We're getting there. One thing to remember I didn't talk about on the weekly, one last thing. We formed a pin bar on the weekly, which is a bullish, which is a reversal pattern pin bar candle. Just looking at that, what we essentially have is this big lower wick. Great place to enter on that big lower wick. So we'll see how we move up. I'm not optimistic this is going to be our break out of this wedge, but if we do, that's great. And one of my main reasons for doing that is we haven't seen that capitulation yet. We haven't. We're going to need a lot of people who bought new into crypto, bought on these few candles up here. I know I had people contacting me at around $12,000. Should I buy crypto? I want to buy Bitcoin now. No. Buy low, sell high. So many people want to do the opposite. And a lot of people bought up there. And you know, they're going to have to sell when the pain gets too great, and we're going to need to see that capitulation wick. That's what I would like to see for that reversal. I don't believe we've seen it yet. Love to hear what you guys think. Comment below, like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the trenches. Stay crypto.